This time on Road and Race, we fit performance exhaust. Welcome to another episode of Road and Race. What are we up to this week, Gary?
This week, obviously, in the last video, we had some issues with our standard, well, not standard, but the exhaust we had on the car, cracking on the centre section. So we've sourced a new exhaust, and it's down to me to fit it.
Yes. So this is what we got. A stainless steel sports exhaust made by ProSpeed. It has a less restrictive 100 cell catalytic converter, so should, in theory, release a bit more power from the engine. Brand new, this system would have cost over £500, but we picked it up second hand for £255. Putting it on the scales, it weighs 18.5 kilos. In comparison, the exhaust that came off weighed 16.8 kilograms. That surprised me, as I thought the ProSpeed would be lighter, but thinking about it, the ProSpeed should be a higher quality exhaust, so probably uses more steel. Here's the cat connected up to the manifold. Looking down the exhaust, you can see there's a bracket rather than a hanger to hold the exhaust, so we've had to temporarily rig up this nut and bolt affair. The exhaust was originally made for a Clio trophy, so maybe that's why. Moving to the rear of the car, here's the back box to be fitted. And here it is on the car. Looking under the car, it fits just fine on the standard hangers, although there is this extra arm on the exhaust, but again, probably a Clio trophy thing, as the exhaust is held on just fine without it. So you fitted the exhaust now, all by yourself?
All by myself, yeah. I've got no mechanical experience, and I managed to do it, and it's not leaking, and it hasn't fallen off yet. So I'm impressed. Are you impressed?
I'm very impressed. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to help out, but logistics of us both working sometimes doesn't really...
You just want to slow me down now, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. There's a few little improvements to make.
Yeah, there's the rear exhaust mounts, the Renault ones. They're basically square with the rubber housing with the hole that the hanger goes into. They're really sort of flexible, so the exhaust kind of can go where it likes. So if there's more force to the left or right, it will go that way. Whereas if you want it centralised, you either have to try and get cable ties to space it out, or you need polybushed mounts with a solid hole.
Okay, so something to buy for the future, but it's fine for now.
It's fine for now, yeah. I mean,
okay, so let's see how she sounds, because the last exhaust was very boomy, quite loud, was leaking everywhere, so now I can see how loud it is.
Can I swear on camera? The last exhaust was a bag of shite. You can hear the heat shield rattling. It's not actually the bit we repaired, it's the bit that goes over this centre section. It's so sort of wobbly, it's nothing you can do.
Well, it's quieter.
Yeah,
it is quieter. It's still fairly loud though, but it's all back box rather than coming from the mid section.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try.
Right, Neil, calm down. That's it, yeah.
It's still quite a loud exhaust, but loud in a nice way.
Bear in mind we haven't got any interior, so there's no sound deadening whatsoever. But it's more of a sporty, raspy.
Yeah, sporty, raspy exhaust. This is also my first road test of the new sports springs, the Grand Sports Springs we put in.
Yeah, it feels quite firm. It feels nicely firm though, I think.
Nicely firm, it's not too uncomfortable.
If you buy cheap lowering springs, they're quite... It's firm but wallowy, it's hard to explain. Whereas these are just nice and tight.
Right, test the springs around this corner. Oh, it's quite flat.
It's very flat.
Yeah. There's the exhaust.
It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah. Very good. Well done, Gary.
Thank you, thank you. Just call me Ed China. Oh.
Very flat, isn't it?
It is flat.
It's surprisingly flat.
The dashboard remains horizontal.
Yeah, it's very
Speed bump, speed bump. Oh,
Can't wait to see what this feels like on the track.
It's going to be epic, I think.
So that's the exhaust all fitted. I think you did quite a good job by yourself, actually.
I'm actually quite impressed with my handiwork. It came on the Tuesday. We booked the track on Friday. I was off on Wednesday, so I fitted it on Wednesday, made some adjustments on Thursday, and then it was ready for Friday. So, yeah.
So there's still a few little tweaks to make with it, as we discussed earlier, but
Yeah.
we can do that in future videos.
Yeah, a few little issues with the hangers on the back. We need to get some polybush inserts just to straighten it up. But once they're in, it should be fine.
So what's in the next video then?
What is in the next video?
As scheduler and coordinator, I will tell you then. In the next video is the track test of the new sport springs,
Oh, yes.
the exhaust,
Yes.
and the new tyres we managed to go hold of.
Yes, the new exhaust, new Graham springs,
I won't say much more about the tyres, but
and the new tyres, yeah.
Okay, so until next time, I'll say goodbye.
I'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
We need a catchphrase to end on,
Yeah.
like the two Ronnies.
Yeah.
So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Gary's ginger beer.
Should have said goodbye from Nicole and my ginger beer. Yeah. It's goodbye from Neil, goodbye from me, goodbye from Nicole, and goodbye from my newly grown ginger beard. You've got all this footage. You can do whatever you want with it, can't you?